uk/weather.
Good morning, Britain. Breaking news, a disastrous double defeat in a by-election battering for the Conservatives. It's led to the dramatic resignation of party chairman Oliver Dowden just over an hour ago, who said he shares in the distress and disappointment of Tory supporters.
It was a sensational result for the Liberal Democrats, with an historic victory in Tiverton and Honiton and a clear message to the Prime Minister.
Enough is enough. They demand a change. The only decent course of action left open to you is to heed their call and resign.
A Labour win back, Wakefield reclaiming the Red Wall seat 3 years after defeat by the Tories.
People in Wakefield and across the country are sick of the deceit and the dishonesty of this government.
And is Oliver Dowden trying to send the Prime Minister a message too? He says somebody must take responsibility for a run of bad results. Does he mean himself, or could this be what ends Boris Johnson's leadership?
And all of this happens while the country is braced for a summer of turbulence. British Airways workers vote to strike during the school holidays over claims bosses refuse to reinstate the 10% pay cut taken during lockdown.
Well, families hoping to fly this summer from Heathrow with British Airways could be hit hard if the ground crew and the check-in staff follow through on their threat to strike. The airline now under real pressure to do a deal and to do it before they have to start cancelling flights during some of the busiest months of the year.
From Eurovision to Glastonbury, winning Ukrainian folk band on their surprise festival gig, and why they're fighting for Ukraine to host next year's contest.
And fame and friendship after a decade of the Vamps boy band favourites, James and Bradley, join us live in the studio to talk 10 years of hits. Kate Garraway is beside herself.
So
Friday, 24th of June, 2022. Live from Television Centre in London. This is Good Morning Britain with Kate Garraway and Adil Ray.
So the breaking news this morning is that Oliver Dowden has resigned as Conservative Party chairman after disastrous double by-election losses overnight. The Liberal Democrats made political history by overturning a Tory majority of more than 24,000 to win the Tiverton and Honiton seat in Devon.
The Conservatives were also trounced in the Wakefield by-election in West Yorkshire. Labour retook the seat with a majority of just under 5,000. Our political correspondent, Louisa James, is in Devon. Louisa, as you've reported this morning, Oliver Dowden said someone must take responsibility. But as you've also said, there's a bit of ambiguity, isn't there? Who does he actually mean, do we think, there?
Well, I'm hoping you might be able to ask him yourself, because he's supposed to be on the so-called broadcast round this morning doing interviews, including on Good Morning Britain. But you're right, it isn't clear